How do you supercharge your attention and focus it on what matters? Hi, everyone. I'm Owen Fitzpatrick. I'm a psychologist that focuses on helping people influence themselves and other people in more effective ways. And in this video, I want to talk to you about focusing your attention. So often, what we find is we're the victims of wherever our attention goes. We are continuously inundated with messages, all sorts of different attempts to get our attention from media, social media, from technology in general. And what's imperative is that you learn to be able to take charge of your attention, because wherever your attention goes, that's where your focus goes. And whatever your focus goes, that will determine exactly what experiences you're taking in, and therefore what you're consuming, and therefore what leads to in terms of performance. So, in order for you to master your attention, there's a few steps that you need to do or take. The first is make sure that you're creating an attention budget. This means just like you know where you're spending your money, you need to know where you're spending your attention. We talk about, spending time. Well, you really are spending time investing your attention into certain different things. So it's important to know, where does your time go? Where are you allocating time? What are you prioritizing? So you do this by understanding, number one, well, why your attention matters so much. Recognizing that wherever you put your attention will determine what you're thinking, will determine how you're feeling, will then determine what actions you're taking. So it's vital that you decide and define exactly where you're going to put your attention. Number two, with regards to attention, you need to make sure that you're analyzing where it's going right now. As I said, being able to look through exactly where you're spending your attention right now, where it's going, how much time you invest in it. Is it negative? Is it positive? What kind of states is it producing? Do a full analysis of exactly how you spend the last week in terms of where your attention went. Not just where your time went, right? But also where your attention went in that time, right? Because you could be, supposedly spending time with somebody, but inside your head worrying about something the entire time. That's where your attention's really going. The third thing that you need to do then is you start to organize things. So you start to go, okay, so what are the different choices of what I can put my attention on? Now that I know where it's going, how am I going to organize this in the future? And then you start to prioritize. What are the most important things you need to put more attention on? For example, what books do you need to read more? What podcasts do you need to listen to more? Right? What people do you need to talk to more? What stuff do you need to invest your attention and time learning? Right? Those are the kinds of things you prioritize. And then once you've organized all of that and prioritized, then the last part is to schedule it, to be able to structure it so you know where you are allocating your attention each day. And this might seem a little bit like, oh my God, Owen, you're like telling me to take charge of every single second. Yeah, I am. You got a problem with that? Well, I'm not really telling you that. What I'm saying is that when you schedule your attention, you put yourself in a much more advantageous position, because you know exactly that the investment you're making is making sense. This is the equivalent of learning what to do better with your money so you get a much better ROI, or return on investment. So look to what are the ways that you can invest your attention smart. And this means creating a sort of a schedule for your attention, an attention schedule. So you start with an attention budget, right? You understand why it's so important where you put your attention. You analyze where you're putting attention currently. You organize all the different ways that you could be spending that time. You prioritize what are the most important ways that you need to be spending that attention on. What are the things you need to learn? What are the things you need to focus on? What are the emotions you want to create? And what do you need to put your attention on to create those emotions? And then you schedule it. You start to organize it in your routines and your rituals, your habits. You build a schedule which allows you to focus your attention on the kinds of things that will help you to improve, to grow, to be happier, to think more productively, to think in a much more relaxed way, in a much more motivated way. So you're taking charge of your attention scheduling, which is really, really powerful. I would ask you to start to practice this. I would ask you to let me know in the comments how you get on. And I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to it. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit subscribe. It'd be really nice. And then you can put your attention more on the videos I create, because there's some great ones coming up. And you can put your attention on that. And that way, it's going to be good for you. It's like nutrition, like mental blueberries. Nutrition for the mind. So keep your attention on YouTube, on my channel. If you want to watch other stuff, yeah, but just make sure it works for you. That's the key. Anyway, I hope this helps. Take care. May the forces always continue to be with you. And I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye for now.